All right, welcome everyone. Get ready, because today's deep dive is going to be a good one.
Oh, I'm excited.
We're going to be talking all about finding success in the UK,
Okay.
but not in the way you might think.
Hmm.
We're actually unpacking this really interesting sermon.
Oh,
It was given to a Nigerian congregation based in the UK,
interesting.
and the pastor, well, let's just say he doesn't mince words.
Uh,
He's got this really incredible way of uh, weaving together his own personal experiences
oh, I like that.
with like these fundamental biblical principles.
Powerful combination.
It is.
Yeah.
And the result, a totally fresh take on, well, not just surviving in the UK,
Yeah.
but absolutely thriving.
He does challenge the usual advice, doesn't he? It's more than just showing up in the UK and hoping for the best, right?
Exactly. He's all about the internal shifts you have to make.
I see the inner work.
Yeah. Like he has this great analogy about a lizard in Africa.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
He says just because it relocates to, let's say, Birmingham, doesn't magically transform it into a crocodile.
Right.
You got to change from the inside out first.
Makes sense.
So how do you actually do that? Well, he outlines these three key elements.
I need to know.
You have to leverage opportunities, resources, and networks.
Those are the big three, for sure.
He even shares this anecdote about buying a house
Uh-huh.
in the UK, get this, in just 3 years.
3 years. Hold on, I gotta hear this. Leveraging opportunities is one thing, but buying a house in the UK that quickly, that sounds like meticulous planning and execution, not just opportunity.
3 years is fast, you're right.
Especially in the UK market.
It's not just about speed, though.
Right, there's got to be more to it.
It's about being strategic, yeah.
So what did he do?
He talks about meticulously saving every penny, living super frugally, and just relentlessly networking to find the perfect property.
Uh-huh. So there's the real lesson. It's not just, oh, come to the UK and good things will happen. He's highlighting the hustle, the smart money moves,
Definitely.
being proactive. Yeah.
It's inspiring, but yeah, like you said, a reality check. Success takes work.
No shortcuts.
And speaking of networking,
Yes.
he has this really funny bit about Nigerian time.
Oh, I know that stereotype. Things running a bit behind schedule.
Exactly. And he uses that to make this point about adapting to UK cultural norms.
Bridging the gap.
Exactly. It's not about abandoning your own culture, but understanding the UK context.
I love that he uses humor to get such an important point across. Did he give any specifics about how to build those diverse networks?
He really emphasizes stepping outside of your comfort zone.
That's often where the growth happens.
He says, don't just stick to your own community.
Mm.
Like, get involved in all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
Social groups, professional organizations, even volunteering.
Yeah.
All these different avenues where you can meet people from diverse backgrounds.
It's not just about who you know, it's about expanding your circle.
Right. It reminded me of something else he said
Mm-hmm.
about the UK being built on Protestant laws.
Oh, yes. That was interesting.
Like, he's encouraging us to look beneath the surface,
Absolutely.
understand the deeper structures of UK society.
Exactly. And within those structures, he's suggesting there might be opportunities others miss. What do you think he meant by that? Like a specific mindset or approach?
He doesn't say it outright,
I see.
but it felt like he's encouraging a resourceful, maybe even entrepreneurial mindset.
Interesting.
You know, seeing those opportunities even within those religious and legal frameworks.
Playing the game strategically.
And he gets very real about time being a factor.
I bet.
Like he brings up all these missed opportunities.
Oh, like what?
ISAs, child trust funds, final salary pension schemes,
Ah, yes.
things many in his congregation regret not taking advantage of.
That sense of urgency is so important. He's not just about planning, he's about acting when the time is right.
Exactly. Especially in the UK. Things can move fast.
They can.
You got to be ready to jump on those opportunities.
Absolutely. Makes you think about how we see opportunities, you know? Are we just waiting for them to fall on our laps?
He'd say, no way.
Or are we out there, like, actively looking ready to grab them?
He's all about taking action, that's for sure.
I can tell.
But he's also realistic.
Oh.
He knows sometimes you have to, like, work your way up
Mm-hmm.
to those big opportunities, you know?
Yeah, like that.
He actually has this analogy about learning to kill lions and bears.
Whoa, okay, that escalated quickly.
It's a bit intense, I know.
Vivid, though.
But it really highlights that idea of gaining experience, proving yourself.
Before you go after the big game.
Exactly.
So in the UK, what are those lions and bears, you think?
He specifically talks about starting a business.
Okay, yeah.
He says so many people just rush into it.
Without really knowing what they're doing.
Right. And he's all about getting that experience first.
Working for someone else, learning the ropes.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Build those skills, then take the leap.
He's big on building a strong foundation first.
It's interesting, though, because he also mentions diversifying your income streams. Isn't that like the opposite of focusing on one thing?
That's where the details matter.
Okay.
He's not saying never diversify.
Right.
It's more like don't spread yourself too thin too soon.
Don't try to do everything at once.
Build that solid foundation, become an expert, then think about other income avenues.
Strategic diversification, not just random side hustles.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's about sustainability.
And he talks about protecting that success too, right?
Yeah.
What were some of the things he mentioned?
Oh, he gets into the specifics there.
Okay.
Big on having a will,
Yeah.
setting up a trust, even teaching your kids about finances.
Wow. Preparing for the future.
He says, don't leave your legacy to chance.
Powerful words.
Be proactive, safeguard what you've built.
It's taking ownership, not just for yourself, but for your family's future, too.
And it's not just about individual wealth either.
Oh, right. He talks about community, too.
He stresses giving back, volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
He even suggests looking into joint ventures, partnering up, leveraging shared resources and expertise.
So it's like individual ambition, but also that communal responsibility.
Yeah, it's not just about climbing the ladder alone.
Bring others along with you.
And he's really clear that success isn't a solo thing.
Makes sense.
He keeps bringing up mentors and coaches.
Yeah. Find those who've been there, done that.
He says, find the people who've walked the path you want to walk.
I love that.
Learn from them.
You mentioned he's had mentors and coaches himself.
He has.
It's great to hear someone at his level acknowledge that need for guidance.
Definitely. We can all benefit from that.
Someone to challenge us, support us.
But even with the best mentors out there, there's that one thing he keeps coming back to.
What's that?
That inner game, the mindset.
Ah, right. The internal shift.
He says, you have to re-engineer your mind for success in the UK.
You can have all the resources, the connections, but if your mindset's not right...
It'll hold you back, for sure.
Yeah, it's like that foundation we were talking about before.
It's got to be strong.
You can have all the right tools, the connections.
But if your mindset's holding you back...
You're not going to get very far.
And the best part is, he doesn't just tell you to change your thinking.
He gives you ways to do it.
He actually offers specific strategies.
Oh, like what?
Things like replacing those limiting beliefs.
With more empowering ones, yeah.
Surround yourself with positive people.
And visualizing the future you want.
He wants people to create their own success.
Not just exist, but thrive.
He doesn't shy away from the challenges, though.
He's real about it.
He knows succeeding in the UK, especially for those from different backgrounds, can be tough.
It's not always easy.
But he also makes it clear it's totally possible.
With the right mindset.
With the right support.
He's speaking from experience, too.
Oh, absolutely.
He's not just talking the talk.
He's walked the walk.
From cleaning toilets to achieving real success.
It's a powerful story.
And he's not just saying, hey, look at me.
Right. He's sharing his roadmap.
Here's what worked for me.
Here are the principles I followed.
You can do it, too.
And that's where this deep dive gets really interesting.
It's not just about listening.
It's about applying these ideas.
It's about taking action.
And he actually leaves us with this question.
Okay.
What's one concrete step you can take this week?
This week, even.
To shift your mindset.
From just surviving.
To thriving.
Such a powerful question.
That's a call to action, you know?
Examine your beliefs.
Your
habits. What needs to change?
What can you do differently?
Who can you reach out to?
He's handing the reins over to the listener.
Empowering them to create their own journey.
It's not about waiting for the perfect moment.
It's about taking that first step.
And then another.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
I'm curious.
What really stood out to you?
That analogy about the lizard and the crocodile?
Or maybe the importance of seizing those opportunities.
Planning strategically.
Re-engineering your mindset.
Whatever it was, we hope this deep dive gave you some food for thought, some tools to help you not just live in the UK,
but truly thrive.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.